everyone. It's time for it's time for Chachale Chale. We're gonna be doing some story stuff, some class quests with Chachale Chale, my favorite alt. And look what we have with us. Hello, wind up cursor, best minion ever. If we are to believe the slurred ravings of a self-proclaimed goblin theologian deep in his cups, this seemingly inconspicuous white glove is actually the hand of fate by which all of us are controlled from a dimension beyond the ether. I don't know what that means. I trust you had enough fingers to help you through the Italian. Yulgi honalgi. Got a cute little cursor. And it's time for New Game Plus. Originating in the South Sea Isles, Arcanima is traditionally passed down only from master to chosen disciple. In a bid to prevent the art from dying out, the Arcanists Guild was established in Limsa Lominsa, and it is there, under the guidance of the acting guildmaster Thubergame, that you endeavor to master its mysteries. Oh boy, here we go! In a bid to prevent the art from... Wait, the South Sea Isles? I think that's where Lalafells originally came from. Hey, alright, let's do this. I am an Arcanist, as you can see. I specifically made myself one, so I didn't mess up like last time I did this. Hey, Alteron, let's do it. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excess thinking? Heck, no, I'm not. Let's do this. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mr. Thubergame. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You will find her just over there by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy. Though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Here she is. She's a cool person. If we remember, Calosa met up with her. Hello, Mistress Thubergame. Okay, lurking is fine, no worries. Have a good time, Alteron. Yes, I am Thubergame. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanists Guild. As Murier has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins? Technically, yes, but she skipped it for the New Game Plus, Ripperoni. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of ether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this etherical ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary, even on the field of battle. Nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by her ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? Are you prepared to reason? Heck yeah, I'm a genius. That's why my parents sent me out here. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. You are technically correct. The best kind of correct. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. In Lower Lenotia you will find, among others, 3 species of pest: wharf rats, little ladybugs, and orale. I ask that you employ your skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you and your budding allies undue difficulty. Not allies, not yet. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanists Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Sounds like a plan. Look at all these people with the little carbies. Tiny baby carbies. Tiny baby carbies. What was it? Tempest Gate. Carbies are adorable. Oh yeah, that's a song about carbies that are adorable. Let's just go on a horrifying little rampage. We're good, we're good. Any more wharf rats? There we go. What else is there? We were looking for Orales. I think they're a little further on. Orales. Orales. Oh, there they are. Orales! Get over here so I can murder the crap out of all of you. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Alright. Oh, and also, Chachale's parents are rich, so they bought this flying falcon for her from Garland Ironworks. Because she's just that rich. An independent project of Garland Ironworks engineer Wedge, this single-rider airship allegedly recorded some of the fastest flight speeds ever, until a tragic accident following an attempt to see how high the ship could soar convinced its creator that perhaps a modicum of restraint was necessary. All you have to do is follow the Falcon. He knows where to go. Baradun de Halianat. I think that's a 1.0, thing. Quote! A 1.0 quote. Anyway, yeah, Falcon is the best. Look at how cool it is. And Chachale fits in it so perfectly. Doop doop. Oh, hey! It's the summer festival! We'll hang out and do that on Calosa later! Maybe next week. Alright, let us teleport back down to the Arcanist Guild. That's a song about the Arcanist Guild. Oh yeah, the Arcanist Guild. Okay, I'm done. Hello, Thuber game. I see the creatures beyond the walls posed you little threat. It is with great pleasure, then, that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There's no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And to commemorate this occasion, I gift you with this hunting log. The enemies marked within its pages have been specifically chosen to challenge your abilities in Arcanima. When you devise a new strategy or tactic, you now have a ready source of opponents with which to test it. And when you feel you can command Carbuncle as easily as you can move your own limbs, return to me for further instruction. I'll be waiting. Sounds like a plan. Let's try this out. Carbuncle! Hello, pet. Oh, look at you! Look at him waddling! Oh my goodness, he waddles! Get over here, you waddling dork. Waddle, waddle, waddle. And then he waddled away, waddle, 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 till the very next day. Ah, Chachale, isn't it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must oft remind my Arcanists to take meals, so in Sorcel do they become in their studies. Speaking of which, have you been practicing your tactics with Carbuncle? Believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. As with your previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in Lower Lanosha. 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny madrigores, to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents, formulate an effective strategy, and utilize your arcane entity to its fullest potential. I expect you back in time for dinner. Sounds like a plan. Because I'm hungry. All right. Where was that? Middle Anosha? Yeah, I think so. Look, I don't actually listen when I'm speaking. I'm reading. I'm not actually taking it in. Nope, it says Loa Lanosha. Rip. Well, then, we're very close to the part over there, Loa Lanosha. Let's just teleport. Let's just fly there. Uh-oh. Whoa! Are you okay, sir? Yeah, we're going out this way, I think. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we also have Vivitia. This is Chachale's little, what was it? A round sea chocobo. They're tiny, they're smaller, so that the Lalafells can get on them easier. This is Vivitia, because what is it? I named him after Vivi, but then the last one is Tia, which is the final two katakana for Oru Tia, which is his last name. So now it's a Lalafell type. Now it's a Lalafell type name. Temple Tap. Alright, we have wild dodos, wild dodos, wild dodos. And the Mandragoras up north, I think. Yeah. Sprint. There they are. Whoop. Wow. Thanks, Carbuncle. I think I need to actually hit them, though. You killed them too fast. The game didn't recognize that I actually did it. Whoop. Thanks, Carby. You're the best. Alright, back to the Arcanists Guild. Whoop, that is not where I want to be going. I want to go... There we go. Temple Tap. This is why I hate Limsa. Limsa is the worst. There's so many just people everywhere. Look at how cool my weapons look. Wow. I'm just gonna stand here for hours showing off that I, like, ran 15 dungeons. Woo! No one cares. I should have just taken the etherite. The etherite and just went to the shard, but not a huge deal. I get to whine about how I hate Limsa so much. Limsa's the worst. Welcome back, Chachale. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test your growing acumen with a more practical examination? Our work at Melvin's Gate requires us to inspect and record the contents of incoming cargo. This is it. To simulate such a task, I have had several crates transported to the cliff south of the Zephyr Gate. And so, if you remember, we were talking about how the how Arcanists Guild is basically import-export type of things. And so we have to go check some crates to make sure they don't have drugs in them. Nice. I want you to examine those crates, then return the inspected cargo here to me. You would be surprised at the depths to which some merchants will sink to deter our customs agents from performing thorough investigations. False bottoms, rotting foodstuffs, flesh-eaten vilekin. I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. Sounds like a plan. Hey, if you guys remember when Calosa was wandering through here with, what's her name? Looking for Tataru, when Tataru became an Arcanist, This was the exact thing she was supposed to be doing. She was supposed to be going down to here. Yeah, if you remember, she was doing the beat him with the backdraft. Go, Carbuncle, go! Practice crates. Let's do this. Tree slugs! Oh. Thank you, Carbuncle. By the way, be careful when you're starting out as a new Arcanist, because Carbuncle will attack and do an AoE and attract like 5 enemies at once. And you will find yourself spamming your cure spell as often as possible. And who the heck? Huh? Is there a person? I'm not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the present and allow me a moment to cogitate. Cogitate? That, like, I'm a smart person, but I don't use stupid words like that. What is this talk to the hand? The reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect so proficient a performance against the enemy set against you. Yet, effective though your tactics were, I spied much room for improvement. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind whirled into motion, as they are wont to do, inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. What? Ugh, cat ears. Let's see. Taking into account your current level ability, factoring in the etheric constant, multiplying by the number of opponents, then applying your tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh dear! My calculates indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9,785. What is threat level 9,785? Is it over 9,000? Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. What we can do about what? That sounds like a really high level of threat that I can take on, apparently. Though the opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I'm Clea, a Malvin's Gate Assessor. Acting Guildmaster Thubergame elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instruction in the field of Arcanima. I don't need a babysitter. Who the heck are you? From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail. Regarding your choice of arcane geometries, what factor most influences your actions during battle? Desire to outwit an enemy, potential for amusement, and I do what feels right. You know what? Potential for amusement sounds really funny. If I can make the enemies fall over, that's pretty funny. Aha! Just as I expected. And now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an Arcanist of note is 90%! Give or take 0.5%. Yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responded to my question in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. Eh? Well, our inscrutable leader is, as I'm sure you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence. He did leave us with his most notorious saying to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty Arcanists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience is the finest strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with Carbuncle. Mastery with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanima. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to the guild. I believe Mistress Thubergame is awaiting some inspected cargo. What of myself? I'm off to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Theory is all well and good, but there's no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again soon. What the crap? I couldn't even get a word in edgewise with that lady. Ugh. Cat girls, am I right? Can't have the Somnus trait interfering with our not pirating temple tap. That's exactly what it is. It literally is. Tactics? All I did was throw a nuclear bomb. I mean, I carbuncle at them. Yeah, basically, that was 600 damage from Carby, when Carby should be doing 6. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. There was no tactics there. I just sent a tactical nuke at it. Hey! Beer, 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 beer. Alright, let's go. Arcanist skills. Water. Oh yeah, look at this guy. Yeah, someone came from Gridania. Someone came from Gridania with his mask. Ah, Chachale, have you returned with the cargo? I had to carry this all the way through the town. Here you go. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Relatively clear of blood and other gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, you understand. I also had word from Kilia regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guild can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instructions she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach to our art. Did you perhaps notice the battered tome Kilia carries? That initiate's grimoire has served her from the day she entered the guild. She has her reasons, but it's admittedly strange to see it kept all the way to her present position as Foreseer. I fear that such an intense focus on Arcanima has led her to overlook other important aspects in life. You mean like actually having a weapon that works? As our master strategist guides our Arcanist training, I hope that you might return the favor and help to broaden her own perspective somewhat. But enough of such matters for the moment. You have done well this day, Chachale. Continue your practice with Carbuncle as Kilia has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your next lesson. Indeed. Speaking of grimoires, my parents bought, Chachale's parents bought her one. It is a cute, tiny Moogle one, and it sings a little song. And it also goes, "Coo-poo-poo!" Because her parents are rich. That's the point. Yes, Chachale, the time for your next lesson is upon us. You are keeping well, I trust, taking the occasional brisk walk. One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you have been following Kilia's instructions, you should be ready to face more dangerous threats found in western Lanosha. I speak of roselings and wild jackals, and yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. 'Tis the perfect sample size. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypotheses, and the third to perfect the tactics you've devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over again. You are not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought to reflect that. If you find yourself wanting further approaches, consider the efficacious combination of ruin and bio. When timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent. Hey! So, she brings up a very valid point. This is the level 10 one, am I right? Yes, I am. So, this is the fun part about playing a Arcanist. So, the fun thing about Arcanists is when you go to Western Lanosha at Swift Perch, we have here Miasma, which has a cast time of 2.41 seconds. It should be 2.5, but spell speed being what it is. And then we have Bio 2, which you can see the cast is instant. So, if you apply these together, you will do what essentially 2 spells for 1 cast time. And there we go. We killed 2 people in 1 attack, essentially. Another thing you can do is you can combine, for instance, Ruin, and then apply Ruin 2. That will also assist you in such a way. There are other things you can attach to them as well, but for now, that is the important stuff to worry about. And also, so there you go. That's the important idea. Whoop. I'm forgetting why I cannot assault 1. Oh well, not a huge deal. So then. So that is actually Arcanist and soon to be Summoner 101. You can essentially do 2 spells in one go. And it gets even more powerful later on when you start applying other spells to it, which I will show off later on. But for now, we'll just kill things very quickly with bio. There we go. Easy, easy, easy. But yeah, that's kind of like the hump to get over when doing a when learning how to play Arcanist, because you start out, you gain bio first. Well, technically, though, you gain miasma. Wait, don't you get bio first? Let me check. You do. You gain bio first. Thank you, myself. You gain bio first, and then you gain miasma. So you you feel like, oh, I'm gonna cast bio and then miasma, but now you're doing bio and you have to wait for the entire thing to reset, and then you're casting miasma. So it takes 2. You're just doing 2 spells in 2 times when you could do 2 spells for the price of 1. Da-da-da. Oh, Nani, you never thought of using Ruin 2? Hey, Temple Tap! That is especially going to become even more important when Ruin 2 turns into Ruin 4 at very high level summoning stuff. So be sure to get in the practice of using Ruin and then Ruin 2, like, over and over. That's the important part. There you go. There you go. I'm teaching you how to play a summoner, you guys. You're welcome. Welcome back, Chachale. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph into an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Forseer Clea on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanima. Pray do not tarry, Chachale. Clea awaits you on the floor below with further details. Floor below? I mean, I have to go down these stairs? Ugh. Boing! Oh, look at all these little carbies. Hiss! Yip, yip, yip! Focus, my pet. Attack! Shining Emerald! I said Shining Emerald! This Carby is not sure how to do stuff. I've located the milk route! Oh, hey! He's sniffing out drugs! Hey! Carbies are drug dogs. Nice! A timely appearance, as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I've been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Boylstocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing with forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this trouble to this possible shift into hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Are you literally saying, oh, I'm super smart, but actually I can't actually do all the special powers that I can do? You know what, Killia? Just hang back and let me handle it. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as stratagem focus fire. You and your Emerald Carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither under the combined onslaught. Probability of victory, 95%. Or I could just dot all of them and then have Carbuncle use his AoE attacks and we can murder all of them at once instead of doing a focus fire attack when Carbuncle is clearly designed to do AoEs. I'm just saying, maybe you should shut up and sit down when it comes to a genius. I'm just saying. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Middle Lanosha. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive, and you will carry out the situation that I have provided. This is my life. Cookpot. That is in Middle Lanosha, if I recall. Yes, it is! I am a smart person who remembers things. Oh man, that looks so cool! The moon! The moon over Lanosha. I mean Limsa. Oh, someone's brand new. Matt North earns the achievement Mapping the Realm. Someone is brand new to the video game. More new friends. Let's do it. I enforce the clear of Melvin's Gate, and you are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty, sneaky peekers. Gobbies, spit uplander, nosy eyes on stabby iron. Oh, that's, I think, I'm not fluent on Gubby speak, but I think he is going to attack us. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Chachale, remember what we discussed? Yeah, what we discussed. How about I do none of that and do exactly what I want? Chachale now! Execute stratagem focus fire! Unleash the full strength of Emerald's Carbuncle! Don't mind if I do. Don't forget the precondition. Adjust your tactics accordingly. And there we go. Oh, more. Chachale, switch to combat pattern invasive maneuvers. Whoop-sie-doodle. An excellent decision. Your combat style gives me an idea. I must formulate a new tactic. The battlefield is yours. Are you... Wait, what? Did you just... I'm going to end this jerk. Are you serious? Oh, now you come back? Where were you this whole time? Oh my gosh. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. Yeah, exactly, when I did literally nothing of what you said to do, and did exactly what I wanted to do, and did a better job at it. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses? I just absolutely annihilate everything, 'cause I am a genius. Oh, again you respond as the guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability of your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Thubergame. Until next we meet, I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Come on, Vivi, let's get out of here before I punch something. Back from the field, Chachale. Kelia contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you are treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. A particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for more ambitious assignments. Keep to your studies and maintain the razor edge of your mind. One last thing, Chachale. Considering the dedication you have shown towards our discipline, I have decided to permit you leave to explore the teachings offered by other guilds. Yeah! I would suggest, however, that you first master the science of Arcanima. The strategic training you receive here will serve you well, no matter the path you eventually choose to walk. Return to me when your reason tells you the time is right. Yeah! So just like before, you hit 15 and you can go to other places and you can get you can get other jobs. Chachale has no other jobs, by the way. I've never gotten another class on Chachale. You seem tired, Chachale. Are you sleeping properly? One's reasoning can suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Foreseer Kelia has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The Foreseer will explain the situation. What requirement? Oh boy. Is she gonna tell me to focus fire when I have an AoE pet? I was beginning to think I'd miscalculated, Chachale. Thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Limsa Lominsa's ports are subject to inspection by Melvin's gate assessors. It is a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. Now, it is now that we must discuss the requirement of which we were informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. Do you accept this duty? Yes. Very good. The arcane entity given form by the Topaz geometry excels in defensive techniques. With such an ally at your command, the potential for injury in even the most brutal of battles will be significantly reduced. Indeed, we cannot conduct these dangerous spot inspections without its support. Please return to Mistress Thubergame and inform her of your participation. I will join you once I have completed some final adjustments to my tactical formulae. And here it is! Level 15! Summon 2! Topaz Carbuncle. It is terrible, and no one ever uses it. Because it is for defensive properties, and in every other situation, you will either nuke it to death before it can even touch you, or you will be in a dungeon where the tank will do its job. So, yes, not very good. But, we'll talk about the upcoming fight. You have agreed to accompany the force here. Then I shall gladly instruct you in the use of Topaz Carbuncle. Think of this entity as a shield, and be sure to interpose it between you and your enemies should the inspection turn sour. Yeah, so there we go. Now, Thubergame teaches you how to use... yeah, there we go. Topaz Carbuncle. Shing! Now you know how to use Topaz Carbuncle. Let's do it. The mercenaries, Glyphsrin and Aristothsa, are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Kelia during her more dangerous duties. Oh, it's a conjurer! Well met, Chachale. My spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're expecting trouble, but as long as we follow the Forcier's tactics and keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is preparing to dock in Aleport. We will meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. It is most certainly that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability is 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck coward with armed sailors. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple, drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this stratagem hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Chachale. It is time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Aleport. Alright, off to Aleport. Swift Perch is cheaper, so I'll just go to there and then fly over. Alright. Chachale never gives up an excuse to show off the money that her parents paid for this. Oh. The islands are really pretty. The Forestier will be safe with us. We're counting on you to cut us a path to the landing boat. Let us be about our task, Chachale. Pray inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute stratagem hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. Shield, huh? You know what? How about no? We're gonna need a shield! Sounds like someone is just afraid of a good old fight. You're with the folks from Melvin's Gate? Hells, I knew there'd be trouble. So yeah, if you are going to go with Emerald's Carbuncle, you are one, probably not gonna have your chocobo. And two, there's gonna be a lot of enemies. This can really screw you over if you're like at level. So actually what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to physic a bit. Be sure to apply bio and physic yourself while you're getting the dots up, and then you can start ruining. Be sure that when you are using your, like, when you're going into a battle with multiple enemies, that you're keeping your health under watch a lot of times, because you can go down really fast. Thankfully, physic works effectively, decently at this level, but you just gotta keep your eye out for it. There you go. Chachale is always flaunting her wealth. That is the point. That is the point. What is the point of having money if you're not gonna just constantly show off all of the money that you have? I mean, what? Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of the ramp. Yeah, I'll have no part of what comes next, though. Okay. Are we gonna... Oh, hey, we got a fight going on. Waiting here. If I recall, this is going to be the fight that you are probably going to want Topaz, at least. Deftly handled, Chachale. Once again, I am reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Mm-hmm. Stotha, if you would take the rudder, the Morning Star awaits. Look at this cool boat that's just sailing along. Time to beat the crap out of everyone on it. Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't even see there I am. I'm so tiny you can't even see me. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect, with a probability of 85%, that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. Are you serious? The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that the suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? Mm-hmm. Forward! I am Foreseer Kilia. By the authority of Melvin's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well now, your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old doors all rusted up, you see. Bloody thing won't open. You'll have to come back another day after we's fixed the hinges. I will see the cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Limsa is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. The law, is it? Lads, I reckon it's time our guests added themselves a little accident. Pitch them over the side! So yeah, this is a lot of enemies, and so this will probably get you killed with an emerald carbuncle. Using a topaz is probably the best bet for a little bit. Commence stratagem hardhead! Sounds like a plan! It's Topaz Carbuncle's time to shine! And as you can see, so much simpler when you have a shield, a bubble, if you will. Come back here, you jerks! A healer must be protected first and foremost, healer. Oh, hello. Was that an enemy healer? Easy. Oh yeah, I don't actually have ruins here yet. Have fun being dead, loser! Bye, a bloody useless scrags! Not in line of sight. Oh, is he up here? Oh, he's down there. Hello. Easy. Is that it? Easy! This is a terrible duty, mostly because Kelia's Carby has health still. Yeah, that's because, back in the day, Carbies actually did have health, and if they died, then whoops, they're dead, you gotta summon them again. So, yeah, welcome to this. A masterful display, Chachale. Now we can finally gain access to the cargo. Watch, his hinges are actually rusted. Oh! What the? What have we here then? Is one of the bitch admiral's lap dogs scampering about my ship. Oh jeez. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose where it ain't invited. Oh no! The book! No! It can't be! Ha! Recognize me pretty face, did you? But you were caught! Exiled! Ah! Farseer, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back! Stay away from me! Farseer, please calm down! What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering. And I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. No, please! Ah, ah, ah! Reckon it's time you got a different kind of lesson. Ah! Ah! Kelia! Nafika, preserve us! She's fainted! We must withdraw! Chachale, quickly! Back to the boat! We'll carry the force here! Aye, that's right! You slink on back to your mistress, you worthless curs! Gah ha 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 ha! Oh, jeez. What was that about? We'll take care of Kelia. You'd best return to the Arcanist Guild to report to Mistress Thubergame. What happened? What could that guy have done that would cause such a reaction from her? Dun, dun, dun. She just, like, straight up passed out just from seeing him. Good to see you well, Chachale. Gearsfreen has sent a word ahead of your travails. An unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous blackguard you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dozmaga? He was exiled from Limsa Lominsa years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more he dares lay a hand on Forcier Kilia. The poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Dozmaga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her the duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Kelia, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there is little we can do to salve the hurt to her mind. You are concerned, angry mayhap. Harness that energy and channel it into your training. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. Oof. This one time at level 30, that's an achievement that you get when you finish a level 30 class quest. Greetings, Chachale. In case such doubts fill your mind, you should know that I am ever willing to lend an ear if you find your thoughts troubled. At the very least, I would have you know this, that it seems that Kelia does not. The Forcier has been missing since this morning. There have been other times she has disappeared without a word, but we have always been able to find her. Alas, this is not the case this day. Were the guildmaster here, he would deduce her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. Find myself beginning to wonder if those who devote themselves overmuch to Arcanima are much more prone to bouts of wanderlust. Well, I might wish to ponder further such oddities of character, we must needs organize a search party. Would you be so kind as to make inquiries in Hawker's Alley? It is not uncommon for Kilia's wanderings to take a path through the markets. Not the markets! That's where all the weirdos are! Ugh. This is my life, having to go through with all these loser dorks. And their dumb magic brooms. And their crafting. And their lesser pandas. And their Dodozan. You seek a Makote agent of Mailvan's Gate? Why, yes, I have seen her. Spoke with her, in fact. She was, however, apprehended by the Yellow Jackets. The assessor was drilling me for details about a Kikiran smuggling ring based in Aleport, but then the soldiers arrived and took her away. If you wish to know her fate, I suggest you speak with Ginade of the Coral Tower. Ginade? Coral Tower should be the Maelstrom Guild, if I recall. I mean, Marauders. Sorry, Marauders Guild. Hey! Temple Tap! I'm the best. Forcia Kilia? Yes, we brought her in for questioning regarding the reappearance of the pirate Dozmaga. A member of the Arcanist Guild, are you? Then I see no reason to conceal the nature of our discourse. Perhaps you are already aware of this, but the Forcier was once held captive by that rabid sea dog. What? Few pirates sink to such depths of depravity as Dozmaga. It has been 6 years now since he was exiled from Limsa Lominsa for engaging in the worst kind of black market trading. He was human trafficking? And now the villain has returned. He is, however, both cunning and cautious, and continues to evade our troops. Thus we hope to borrow the knowledge of Forcia Kilia, whose experiences have given her an intimate familiarity with the way the scoundrel operates. At least that was our intent. After weathering a barrage of questions from the assessor, we found ourselves instead providing the details of our search. Should you wish to speak with Foreseer Kilia, I imagine she's already returned safely to your guild. Oh, jeez. So she was a slave. Jeez, no wonder. This isn't good. Back already. You were led to believe she had returned here. I'm afraid not. So the Yellow Jackets told you something of our history with Do's Maga, did they? Perhaps it would be best if I told you the entire tale. Do's Maga's banishment was the result of a surprise inspection that revealed his involvement in an underground slave trade. The assessor that stepped aboard the pirates' merchant ship spoke of finding dozens of unwashed unfortunates crammed into the squalid hold. Among these prisoners was a young Mikote destined for some black market auction block. Though Kilia was initially too terrified to even speak, the guildmaster brought her out of her fearful daze with the gift of an initiate's grimoire. Yes, the self-same tome that she has carried her entire career. Of course, did you not mention that Kilia's grimoire was thrown into the sea? There are rumors that a Kikiran merchant of ill repute has retrieved the black market goods of the crew of the Morning Star heaved into the ocean. Even now, he gloats over his salt-encrusted catch in Aleport. It is entirely possible that the Foreseer's most prized possession was caught up in the Kikir's salvage net. I have no doubt now that Kilia has reached the same conclusion. To Aleport with you, Chachale, that this is where you will find our wayward assessor. Of course, no wonder. She was looking for her book that she got from the guildmaster. Makes sense. There, Kelia. Oh, it's the Kikiran! Yes. Combat pattern 256 should serve to cover all expected contingencies. You never know when you'll have to nullify a thaumaturge or two. My retrieval strategy is complete. Chachale, it's good of you to come. I was unable to calculate for certain if you would piece together my movements in time. Very little is certain when so many variables are involved. There is good news. This prisoner here is kind enough to confirm that the trader who salvaged the Morning Star's jettisoned cargo did indeed retrieve a tome matching the description of my lost grimoire. Lominsan law and policies of Melvin's Gate would support the confiscation of goods connected to an official inspection, but alas, my personal belongings do not fall into that definition. Thus, I intend to launch an unofficial offensive against this black marketeer and his cronies. The peddler has already departed for Candlekeep K. It is time I gather to me such allies as I possess, and I count you as one of them, Chachale. Despite the nature of this endeavor, Mistress Thubergame has offered me her cooperation. If you would, I pray join me at Ashan's Embrace. That is where we shall ambush this disreputable Kikiran. You know what? I didn't like you at first, but this sounds like goes way beyond just simply hating people for thinking they're too big for their britches. So you got a friend in me. Let's do this. Let's head to Morabee Dry Docks, and I'll meet you there. I love this little lighthouse. Pretty sure. Nope. I thought you could slide into it, but you can slide here. Look at it's a little Lalafell door. Perfect for Chachale. Yes. Chachale. Chachale Chale Chale Chachale. Chachale. Let's do it. Before the calamity gouged out a ravine here, there used to be one long, unbroken peninsula. Of course, seeing as the Morabee dry docks are on the side opposed to the city, construction on the bridge went forward as soon as he could blink. It ain't quite done yet, but the Embrace is sturdy enough for fully laden wagons to trundle across. This is true. Back in the day, you could walk directly from Limsa and then go this way, and you could walk directly to Ashan's Torch, which is the first story quest that you did back in 1.0, and like the one quest that I actually did in the beta before I quit. So that is the one thing that is burned into my memory. The one thing that is burned into my memory, it was a number one, Chachale was my very first character. The first character I ever made was actually a Lalafell. Chachale is technically actually the first character I made. And it was an escort quest. So, yeah, that was me having to follow this other Lalafell around. It was lots of fun. And by lots of fun, I mean I hated it and I wanted to gouge my eyes out. Greetings, Chachale. Your arrival completes our small company. You're equipped for battle, I trust. You need not await Kilia's arrival. Once a Kikiran appears on the bridge, we spring our ambush. Strategy for trapping our target relies on the 2 allies we have concealed on the other side of the ravine. This pincer maneuver was, naturally, the Foreseer's idea. As for the target himself, the Kikiran is known as a careful and cautious fellow. He travels with a small retinue so as to avoid attracting attention, but do not be fooled. More bodyguards follow at a distance, and will likely join the fray after hostilities ensue. Do not, however, expect any insistence from the Yellow Jackets. They cannot be seen aiding us in what amounts to a personal matter, but they are willing to turn a blind eye for Kilia's sake. In any case, the Foreseer's tactics account for our limited numbers and individual strengths. Victory is all but assured. Now let us take up our positions and wait for the Kikiran to arrive. Sounds like a plan. The Kikiran's running away when he notices. Dear Kikiran's mercenaries and retrieve the grimoire.
Filthy ambushers! They want Kikiran's sparklies! Ambush them back!
Your foul trade is a blight on Limsa. Surrender your goods at once. Thosta, now! Watch out for these jerks, because they can hurt a lot.
Kikiru no scared. Kikiru have scary spell slingers.
Oh, she mentioned that. Mamulja! Conjurers, just as Kelia predicted. We shift to combat pattern 158. Are there any others over here? Aha! Oh, I don't need potions. I hope you're packed potions. Yeah, how about no?
Go! Be late for business. This business be bad for you.
Oh man, more Mamulja. I spy a thaumaturge! Quickly! Switch to combat pattern 256! Even a lone mage can wreak untold havoc. Where is he, though? Oh, there he is. That appears to be the last of them. Now to find the Four Seers Grimoire. I love if you try and talk to this guy. It's like, no. Yeah. No, don't talk to him. Get the grimoire. Okay, fine. You obtained Kilia's grimoire. Yay! We did it! Uh-oh. I was hoping it would take a second, I could get a bite in, but rip! Well executed, everyone. Were you able to retrieve my grimoire? Chachale, play hand over the tome. It's ruined. My wonderful grimoire is ruined. Oh, yeah, he did throw a book into the water. Ugh. The probability of repairing this degree of damage is 0%. Even the most brilliant strategy cannot undo such ravages of seawater. Oh, no. After all the work. I have never felt so defeated. Believe it is time I returned home. Kilia! Leave her be. But how can I? He is right, Erstota. You must allow Kilia to come to process the loss. And you have other matters with which you must attend. Come, Chachale, it is time we return to the guild as well. Oh. After all the work we went through. We'll clean up here. No one will even suspect a fight took place. Please take care, Forseer Kilia. Not quite the victory we imagined, was it? The moment Kilia beheld her soaked and tattered grimoire, you could see the light of hope die in her eyes. There is, however, something we can do. I will call upon your aid soon, but in the meantime, you would be well served to deepen your knowledge of Arcanima. Have you come to ask about Kilia's condition? The Foreseer is unchanged. She walks about as if all the joy in life has been leached from her soul. I believe the only one who can help her now is the same person who broke Kilia out of her shell the first time, our absent guildmaster. And, though I am leery of the coincidence, the man himself has at long last been spotted. Should you seek out his last known location, it is unlikely he will still be there. And even should you catch him, he may not deign to speak to you. Nevertheless, this may be our only chance. Pray travel to Memeroon's trading post in Upper Lanosha and speak with anyone who might have seen the guildmaster. Oh, and one more thing. Though he prefers us not to use it for some inexplicable reason, our leader's name is Creditia. Oh, it's a cat boy! No wonder she's all up. Kilia likes him so much. She's probably got the hots for him. Anyway, technically Aleport is a little closer. Because although it's not in the same zone, it's literally right up this place. Hey, look over there. That's where Sastasha is. Hi, Sastasha. Bye, Sastasha. There it is. Goodbye. We visited Memeroon's trading post to deliver that thing, the item for Teterun, right? And then Teterun had us get Kuro whiskers and stuff. So, hey, witness. Oh, I'm technically flying. Hey, witness, what did you hear about Corid Tia or whatever? Evening, miss. Oh, I was the one that sent word to your guild about spotting your later. It's a rare sight to see Corid Tia roaming about. He asked me all the way to Thalos. Thalos? Could be he was seeking to speak with a scholar who lives out there. Huh. A scholar lives over where? In Thalos? Oh, there it is. Huh. We're gonna get caught in a fate. There it is. It's only 50 seconds.
Hello there. Why, yes, I did receive a visit from a gentleman identifying himself as the Arcanist Guildmaster. An odd fellow, but he obviously possessed of a well-rounded education. As it so happens, he bid me pass on a message to anyone who came searching for him. Ahem. Reunited, the 3 slips of parchment hold the problem to the solution. Guildmaster mentioned that the slips of parchment are concealed among the bones of Thalos. I suppose you are expected to search for them.
Oof. This is actually kind of difficult to, like, find out where you're supposed to go. So you go up this ramp here. Oh, thank goodness we aren't going to be caught. Yeah, so here we have hidden parchment. These ones are the easy ones. There's one. And then there's one all the way up here. There it is. These can be a little scary, if you, like, get several people on you. If you are under attack and need a little help, don't be afraid to use Topaz. If you're a little loser jerk who can't handle themselves, Lamau got him. And this one is, like, down here on the tail. You can see Toa is here as well. It's somewhere around here. I'm forgetting where. So dumb. There it is. Yeah. There it is. There we go. That one is a little more difficult to get because it's like, can you even go on the bones? Does it, like, is it gonna force you to not walk on them? But yeah, you can definitely. You're fine. All right, I've got the slips of parchment. What's the problem and what's the solution?
Have you tracked down those 3 slips of parchment?
Both sides are filled with letters and markings unlike anything you have seen in Eorzea. Oh, it's a cipher.
Interesting. They actually exist. To be perfectly honest, I thought you had been sent on a wild dodo chase. Let's have a look at these, shall we? Well penned in ancient Allagan, no less. Oh, geez. Fortunately, with you, I have a passing familiarity with the script. Seek the box at Fool Falls, dance a jig for your wooden audience, claim the secret from the opened heart. A most cryptic set of instructions, I must say. Do you intend to follow them? This guildmaster of yours certainly enjoys his games.
Fool's Falls? Oh! I remember. Oh, it's also Grimoire Fandango. Nice. But yeah, Fool Falls. This was where we got the coral whiskers for the wine. Oh, and also this jerk, Smurg, a colossal cloudkin who is thought to nest high up on Gomero, has descended into Upper Lanosha to feed. His prey of choice? Lalafells. Man, I kind of want to beat the crap out of him just for the audacity of thinking he can beat me up. So, here's an old wooden box. It is jammed shut. Apparently, we are supposed to dance in front of it. Dancing, dancing. Yeah! The box rattles and thumps about as if something inside seems to
freed. It appears the lid has been loosened. What? Just from a dance? What magic could be in here? Whoa! Hello, tree slugs. Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Carby. Okay. You gonna let me open it? Thank you. Thank you, game. Takes a sec for that one to open up. I'm trying to slip a parchment inside the box. If there are answers you would seek, then to the trading post now go. Before the owner, be not meek. With your 2 feet, provide a show. Now I have to dance for Memeroon? What? Good. You know, I have better things to do with my time than dancing for some loser. What is this even for? Is this supposed to find the stupid guildmaster? Jeez, this is the worst. Hey, Memeroon / DANCE. Yay! What the? Who's this loser? Ah, now that was most entertaining. I must have something to amuse me during these little jaunts back to civilization, you understand? Based on my evaluation of your abilities, however, I calculated that you would arrive at this point somewhat earlier. You balked at the dancing, didn't you? Are you? Don't you be this little, ooh, I knew every movement you were gonna make. Do not do that, sir. I will end you. I never expected you to be so shy. Oh, are you saying I'm a tsundere? Because I will end you 7 times. Another variable to add to your list of characteristics. I keep extensive mental notes of all the guild members, you see. You know the guild members? I've never even seen you. As an Arcanist, it was a simple matter to engineer events so that I might meet you face to face. After all, strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. And I do so enjoy seeing others dance in the palm of my hand, as it were. Oh my gosh, I'm going to beat this crap out of this jerk. Here, you may have this. They give it as payment for your performance. Huh? Though you might consider passing the tome on to Kilia. That is the reason you sought me out, was it not? Actually, yes? Before you give Kilia the grimoire, however, I must insist that you dance for her. I will know if you do not. All this banal interaction has me simply exhausted. It is time I return to my studies. You, on the other hand, should travel forthwith to the anchor yard in Limsa Lominsa. Be well, Chachale. We shall meet again. I am 100% certain of it. I will die before I use the Topaz Carbuncle. I'm telling you, if you're a loser who's a scaredy baby, then you'll use the Topaz Carbuncle. But if you're a super ultra mega Chad, definitely only Emerald. That's exactly how it works. Good job, Alteron. You know. You know. Also, Chachale doesn't like Tia either. Both of them. Oh, hey, yeah, it's summer. So we've got the fireworks going on.
Jeez, wait a minute, wasn't the summer festival going on when it was when Calosa's first stream doing the Carpenter's quests happened? So it's been a year! Happy anniversary! Woo! It's only been a year and we've already got to Stormblood. That's not so bad. Yeah. Memories like the corners of my mind. And the fact that this just came out, these things going on, and we're using another different alternate character, is kind of like it's all coming full circle. Brings a tear to my eye. Alright, Kilia. You know what? I'm feeling in a good mood. I'll dance, and I won't even get angry about it. Yeah, they are from the same tribe. They're both from the K tribe. Were you always one for dancing? I don't recall any such you met with our guildmaster, haven't you? Have you met with the guildmaster? Yes. That would explain your odd behavior. He does so enjoy seeing people perform unexpected acts of frivolity. But what could have spurred our reticent guildmaster to speak with you in person? Oh, okay, yeah. The leather binding of this recently crafted tome is uncracked. Its pages still crisp. He gave you this grimoire to give to me? Uncanny. It is identical to the tome I received the first time I ever met our leader. You have my thanks, Chachale. The guildmaster is fond of games and mischief, and I understand the troublesome trials he likely put you through before deeming you worthy of his attention. With this gift, however, his message to me is abundantly clear. I am to shape reality to the one I desire. And that means defeating Dozmaga. Heck yeah! Gods, my mind is alive again with strategies. I must have time to think. Pray inform Mistress Thubergame of my return shortly. Oh, hey, Sonic! It has been forever! Won't be staying since I gotta be up in a few hours. Good to hear you, Charlotte. Have a good rest of your stream. Thank you so much for visiting. I'm so sorry. We have both been busy. I am going to have to check you out sometime too, and I'm not like super busy as well. But definitely. You and me. Fist bump. Thanks for visiting. I'm so happy to hear from you. Oh my gosh, Bitcoin standard. Perfect. I love it. Chef kiss. Kelia has recovered from her despondency. This is wonderful news, and we have you to thank for it. It is unfortunate, however, that both Kelia and our guild master are possessed of such impenetrable personalities. But at least in the case of the Foreseer, we have an inkling as to the nature of the cage that imprisons her. I continue to hope that her partnership with you shall gradually pry those bars apart. Return to your training, Chachale, and prepare yourself for the demanding tactics Kelia is sure to formulate in the days ahead. Indeed. But that sounds like level 30! We are almost to the end! I've been expecting you, Chachale. As ever, Kelia's predictions prove accurate almost down to the moment, and her mind is especially sharp with such a dangerous confrontation in the offing. The Yellow Jackets have contacted us with word of Dozmaga. It appears his merchant vessel is presently anchored off the coast of Bloodshore. Oh, it's Costa del Sol, then. Once the pirate's business there is concluded, rumor has it he intends to embark on an extended voyage to the east. It'll be some time before he returns once more to Limsa Lominsa. If we pass up this opportunity, Kelia will lose her chance to settle the score with Dozmaga, and we risk the Foreseer stumbling once more into the blackest melancholy.
Simply being close enough to Dozmaga will prove difficult. Kilia has, however, already formulated a solution and has set her grand strategy into motion. Your first task in this undertaking is to travel to Costa del Sol and deliver this set of directions to a fisherman by the name of Rilzun. More instructions will be forthcoming. Costa del Sol. Going there on business, not pleasure. Way out here. Rilzun, are you okay? Is this person okay? What do you want, lass? As you can see, I've me hands full with me fishing. A short list of orders drafted by Melvan's Gate Assessor Kilia. Aye, thanks for that. Been told to expect you. Here, you're to take one of me earrings and deliver it to the cook, Opilona. Okay. I don't know why. Here, cook. Yes, how may I help you? Master Gegarushu is expecting his supper any moment now. Herring so fresh it still flaps and spins in one final desperate attempt to propel itself from your pack through the air and back into the sweet salt water it once called home. Well, too bad. A fresh herring? Why, the master does enjoy a little bite of broiled fish for an evening. This might even earn me a few extra coins for this week's wages. Well, you have earned yourself one of my homemade eel pies. I should tell you, though, your Arcanist colleague is quite insistent you take the pie to Master Gegarushu rather than scoff it down yourself. Okay. Why don't I just, like, you know... And what brings you to my, and I use the term facetiously, humble abode, dear madame? Such a heavenly aroma. Are you, perchance, carrying an eel pie about your person? How commendable that you should research the delicacies that tickle my fancy before daring to intrude upon my most ponderous of ponderings. Speaking of ponderous, well, I was speaking of it at least. I have a hefty purse of gil to persuade you to relinquish your claim on that pastry. Wow, okay, sure. The culinarian Opilona would have you believe her homemade eel pie is far more delicious than Mother Murn's realm-famous handmade eel pie. Whoa, we got a little fight going on here. Ugh, I hate when the characters get 0 stat level ups. Those are the worst. One moment, if you will. I've been instructed by a Melvan's Gate Assessor to hand over this message to whoever delivers an eel pie to Master Gegarushu. Why, thank you. What does it say? Take the purse you received from Master Gegarushu and hand it to the dancer Ul'dah as she prepares to return home. Kilia. Sounds like a plan. Oh, also, this creeper. I've satisfied many a woman in my 55 summers. You're a Lalafell! What the crap? Ew, you creeps. No wonder that Mikote is like, heck no. Yes, if you're looking for a dancer, then I would first see your coin. I've 3 children to feed and no time to waste on idle chat. Leather purse filled to bursting with gil. Oh my, that is quite a purse. My precious darlings will eat like kings this week. And such a simple job as well. I was told to expect you, you see. In return for the coin, I'm to give you these. The leather satchel is from your Mikote friend, and the padeo is from me. That last item you are delivered to Drogo, the warehouse foreman. Okay. Cheese.
Well, I was gonna ask, why didn't I just get the first item, like, the last item on the list, but I guess if we're helping people, like, take money out of rich people's hands and giving them into dancers' hands, that's not so bad, at least. I ain't got time for the likes of you. Oh, God, if I don't get my work squared away soon, the master will have me out on a pike. Huh? You got something for me, you say? Well-worn pareo, a colorful cotton undergarment worn for countless summers by the dancer Ul'dah. Hey now, ain't this Allagans pareo? That Mikote lass said someone'd be bringing me a gift that I couldn't refuse and stick me with a pitchfork if she weren't telling the God's own truth. Here, you're supposed to have this bottle of wine. Take it to the Flying Shark and pour a cup for the sailors drinking there. That's what she told me to tell you, any road. I'd watch me back if I were you, though, lass, them sailors are the meanest bunch of cutthroats I ever did see. This is the perfect time for Costa del Sol to be raining. I swear, every time I'm in Costa del Sol, it's raining. Every time. Here, sir, have a cup of wine. You want me to taste your wine, eh? Well, now I ain't one to pass up free grog. Wine so old, no one alive can remember when it was bottled. The cork appears to be still intact. Lemelane's teats! Now that's a bloody fine drop. If we ship this stuff to the east, we'll be selling bottles by the crate. You're coming with us to the Morning Star. The captain will want to have a word with you. Agree to board the Morning Star? Heck yeah! There's a good lass. And as for you, Miss Dancer, you stick close to old Here's Scrat. It gets damn cold on them long sea voyages. Heh heh heh. What the? Wait! I know that cat girl dancer. Let's go. Shh, we'll talk later, Chachale. Mm-hmm. So this was her secret way of getting us onto the Morning Star while also giving money out to people who needed them. You know what? That ain't such a bad idea after all. Now, I'm gonna be quite honest, this was literally the first time Chachale ever died. I'm pretty sure Chachale has died a total of 3 or 4 times in the entire time I have played her. And this was the first time it happened. So, it can be a little difficult for if you're a first timer, and if you're level 30. That's the big problem. We'll be off as soon as the boat's loaded. Back to the Morning Star. Kirlia. Ah, fine grog and a fine woman. The captain will be pleased with this haul. Pray do not stare so. This was the most expedient method of gaining access to the ship. I will take that satchel from you now. You may have it back after I take the items I need. Well, here you go. Hey, what mischief are you two on about? All dressed up. I was merely borrowing some clothes. You wouldn't wish me to catch a chill from this brisk ocean air, would you? You'll be dancing yourself warm once we get on the ship, lass.
You'd better slip off that ratty robe before you meet the captain. Of course, of course. Ha! Kicked. She's got her outfit back on. I'll be happy to show him the performance that awaits. Shing, shing, shing. The bitch Admiral's lapdog. Come back for that lesson, have ya? It is I who shall be teaching this day. My lecture will focus on the manipulation of reality through applied strategy. What the? Enough of this damn yapping. By the time I'm done with you, you'll remember who your real master is. So this thing that she creates gives you a defense buff, a vulnerability down buff, but it only lasts for 30 seconds, and then you have to leave the circle and then walk back in to reapply it. Chachale! Chachale! The geometry will turn the tide of the battle. So yeah, you're gonna want to hop out and then hop back in, and then it reapplies and goes back to 30. So that's how you actually do it. Because it's easy to go, well, I already have it applied and I'm standing in it, and then you will die. Like, just straight up. No questions asked. So yeah, that's probably the biggest way, the way you are going to die is by not slipping back in and out. Fight, you worthless sea slugs! I ought to kill all the lot of ya! And there you go, easy as pie. No problem. Thumbs up. So yeah, that part, if you need to have Topaz Carbuncle, don't worry about it. You bring it out. But yeah, the important part is at least within every 30 seconds you want to jump in and you want to jump out and then jump back in very quickly to reapply the buff. You rapid little cur! Our numbers matter not. It is strategy that will win this battle. Prepare yourself, Dozmaga. With your defeat, I will cast off the shackles you closed on my soul. You think so, eh? Think your fancy magics are a match for my blade? You got another thing coming! Yeah, this was the one that's really dumb. But the biggest problem is that part. Your brutalized crew are not up to the task, Dozmaga. I calculate our odds of victory at 90%, so you can handle a few scrags. The axe will carve your pretty plans into bloody ruin. Don't be afraid if you need to utilize the vulnerability down bubble. Yeah, see, she's running herself into it as well. But he's down. Easy. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one that killed Chachale for the first time. Because I did not... I expected the little bubble to stay... to give me the buff as long as I was standing in it. No, you have to keep reapplying it. That's the important part. Dozmaga now faces defeat.
He will flee to the starboard rail. There he goes, to the starboard rail. Oh no! Obvious. Next comes his attempt to escape into the sea. You think you're pulling my strings, do you? Think I'll dance to your tune? Well, I ain't falling for your bloody tricks. It is at that moment he notices the yellow jackets I had you summon in my explicit instructions to Rilzun. What? No! He got caught. Yeah! You know what? Good job. You're a fool to return to Osmaga. I hear you're fond of shackles, so we brought a set specially for you. Heck yeah! No more slave trading around here. Defeated forever. Yeah, good job, everyone! Thus concludes today's lecture. Kalia, that was pretty cool. Thank you, Chachale. The strategy would not have succeeded without your flawless execution. Which suggests that my tactics yet require more work. One must allow for some small deviation in performance. I believe, however, that I now understand where my calculations went awry. It is not enough to simply wish to shape reality. One must also have a complete understanding of the reality one wishes to obtain. It is time I sought out our guild master. What, so you can, like, make out with him? Jeez. Wait, what? Kelia! Into the water! Oh. Hey! She and the dancer are gonna go on an adventure together. Maybe she isn't gonna make out with him. Pray convey to Mistress Thubergame my fondest wishes and my appreciation for all that she has done for me. The true test of my strategies now begins. Farewell! Aww. And they ride off into the dawn. Good ending. Ugh, and it's still raining. Ugh. Actually, wait. I'm pretty sure that this yellow jacket can take us all the way. Oh no. There's a ferryman, if I recall. Yeah, there's the ferry docks. He takes us to Limsa, if I recall. And then it'll be much cheaper. Ferry skipper, Limsa! Heck yeah! Woo! Saving money every day. Bloop, bloop. And that's the end of the Arcanists. Welcome back, Chachale. There's much I would ask you, but first, may I have the satchel received during your assignment? Okay. The veil of mystery surrounding this otherwise ordinary sack is so thick it could suffocate an aurochs. The original owner needs her costume back, you see. I'll make sure everything is returned safe and sound. Now let us speak of Kelia. I am glad to know that she has finally freed herself to pursue her heart's desire, and you are to thank for awakening the Foreseer in her self-imposed fetters. Brilliance of Kelia's strategy served to blind her to her own feelings, and it pained me to see her suffer so.
Your example may even encourage Kilia to improve her combat abilities, though such will surely come in time. After all, she intends to study under the guild master's direct instruction. Imagine those two obsessive Arcanists and the complexity of the tactics they will develop. It may very well be that your actions in bringing them together will provide the catalyst that sparks a new era of invention in the art of Arcanima. You too should look to the improvement of your discipline if you are to keep pace with all that is certain to follow. To that end, I offer you a new technique, one that allows you to affect a wide swath of the battlefield and drain the life force of your foes.
Just, you know, here's an ability that just lets you suck the life energy out of people. You know, like a good guy. Heck yeah, Bane! Bane is incredibly amazing. What you end up doing is you use Miasma and then Bio 2, and then Bane is what is known as an off-global cooldown ability, which means usually when you cast Bio 2, you have to wait 2.5 seconds, see, for the recast. The recast button right over there. But some abilities do not need that recast. They can be cast instantly no matter what. This is an off-global cooldown. Bane and Energy Drain fall under this. So what you can end up doing is use Miasma, Bio 2, and then Bane, and spread your dots to everyone in the area. And now you can start going hog wild and start murdering everything. And then of course Ruin 2, Energy Drain, Ruin 2, Fester, and you'll start weaving all of your abilities, and each 2.41 seconds you are effectively casting 3 spells at once instead of just 2 spells at once, or even 1 spell. So that's how summoners, while it looks like, oh, they're just for only damage over time, they're so slow. No, they are very good at insane, intense burst damage that incinerates an enemy instantly. They are actually better at burst damage than black mages, which is hilarious. And there is a lot of fighting between black mages and summoners as to which one has the most DPS and stuff like that. But that's the secret. So, cast time, instant cast, off global. As long as you are constantly doing that for nearly every single cast time, you will play a summoner very effectively. So there you go, that's the secret. Anyway, speaking of summoners, let's head on over to DPS. The Sons of St. Koinok are conducting research that requires the aid of an Arcanist, specifically one that is experienced defeating the Primal Ifrit. And it is for that reason Thubergame asks you to travel to Apkalu Falls and meet with Ymitra to discuss a recent discovery, a set of ancient texts describing the existence of Allagan mages known as summoners. Let's do it. Greetings, Chachale. It is well that you have come, for we have an intriguing matter to discuss. A request has come to our guild from the Sons of St. Koinok, an organization of some of the finest minds in Eorzea, and they have asked for you by name. It appears that the research of the Sons are currently conducting would benefit from the assistance of an Arcanist, specifically one who has had the tempering experience of defeating the Primal Ifrit. Though I must admit to some curiosity as to how these scholars knew the extent of your heroic exploits, I suppose the source of their knowledge is of little relevance. Jeez, that entire thing was just If you would answer to this request, then you would find your contact, a researcher by the name of Ymitra, at Apkalu Falls in the nation of Gridania. You know what? I am going to bet money that the source was Calosa. Probably when Calosa was doing the Crystal Tower stuff. they're like, hey, you know any Arcanists? And Calosa's like, actually, I know this little tiny Lalafell girl who keeps shouting at people and helped me fight Ifrit. And then they're like, oh, so there we go. That's the secret. And so from now on, we actually don't go to Limsa anymore. We go to the best place. Gridania, baby! Gridania best. The only problem is that the closest aetherite to it is Miketo's amphitheater, and then you have to sprint the rest of the way. There's no aetherite shard next to Ymitra. That's the one problem. You know what? We've had a wind-up cursor for now. Let's try something else. How about a buffalo calf? When the signs of the seventh dawn began clearing out the waking sands in preparation for the move to Revenant's Toll, this wide-eyed calf was discovered hiding in a disused linen closet. Though an inquiry was made by the antecedent herself, it is still not known who was keeping the beast. I made the grievous error of visiting a great buffalo with a handsaw. Oh no, Godbert, why? Yeah, let's go, buffalo calf. You are Chachale Chale, I assume. Well met, and thank you for coming. My name, as you obviously surmised, is Ymitra. I am a member of the Sons of St. Koinak. Ours is a Charlian order that seeks the lost knowledge of the Allagan Empire. And if you guys remember, what was it? Graha was a member of the Sons of St. Koinak. And in that regard, we have recently made a singularly important discovery at our dig site in Mordona. We salvaged from the ruins a set of ancient texts describing the existence of a sect of Allagan mages known as summoners. These were arcane practitioners said to have the ability to siphon the essences of the Primals and manifest the stolen energy as a biddable ally known as an egis. Should we succeed in resurrecting such arts, then we might well hold in our hands the power to bring this age of conflict to an end. There is, however, as there always must be, one monumental obstacle in realizing this reality. In order to manifest these obedient incarnations of the beastmen's savage deities, one must first defeat a primal and capture its etheric essence. Thus, only one who can boast such a daunting achievement under her belt may even begin on the path to becoming a summoner. Do you understand now why I have called upon you? If you wish to contribute to my research, then come with me to the west of Bierregot Strike in southern Thanalan. There we shall conduct a ritual of summoning, the austerities of flame. Sounds like a plan. Off we go. Forgotten Springs is closer. Revenge of the Worms. This is a dumb one because there's like lots of ads that you want to kill, but the big one, you have to kill this guy instead. Oh, some people are trying it? Okay, well then I kind of gotta help because these guys obviously don't know what they're doing. Oh jeez, I don't want to get sand breathed. I got sand breath. Stop hitting those sandworms. You're supposed to be killing this guy. Dang it. Gotta kill the big one to finish. There we go. Hopefully, though. Oh, dang it, I walked out. A bad idea. I might have to. There we go. Okay, good. I might actually have to use Topaz Carbuncle, because this is so bad. Hey! Finish! Get out. You're welcome, you losers. And I did that as an Arcanist instead of a Scholar. Not that it really matters, but... okay, let's get out of here. Let's continue the thing. Greetings to you once more, Chachale. I have a feeling this unique opportunity will be nigh impossible for you to ignore. Let us proceed directly to the ritual, shall we? According to the records we recovered, the summoners of old would perform these rites in a land in which the naturally dominant element matched the aspect of the avatar they wished to call forth, only in such a place where one sufficiently shift one's etheric balance in the desired direction. The element of fire is supposed to be strong here in the Sagoli Desert, and I can think of no land more fitting to which to summon an incarnation of the Lord of the Inferno. Before we begin, I must insist that you accept this gem. It may appear of little worth, but within its faceted depths dwell the memories of long-deceased summoners. Now you must focus. Visualize the ether flowing through you, a vibrant current of energy transforming into living fire. Hold this image in your mind, and the raging heat of your life force shall spawn an eggie wreathed in flames. Be aware, however, that this nascent entity will appear before you unbound and hostile. It is your charge to overpower the avatar and establish yourself as its master. The path of the summoner is not, if not, fraught with peril. Heck yeah! Just like Final Fantasy IV, gotta beat the summon to prove your worth. Thinking about Ifrit. Thinking about Ifrit. Whoa! Let's do this. The heat is almost intolerable. Pray defeat the entity swiftly, Chachale. Ooh, a flame shiver. Just a little shiver boy. Ifrit Egis summons sprites to do his bidding. Have a care that they do not surround you. What the? Nails? Ah, just like the original. You must shatter the crimson nails. They amplify the Egis' powers. Go. The crimson nails are destroyed. Now is the time to press your attack. No problem. Easy. It's just like the fighting. It's just like fighting Ifrit. Most impressive, Chachale. The fire-born Egis has submitted to your will. You have mastered the austerities of flame, and that is no small feat. Pray let us return to Upkalu Falls, that we might further discuss your achievement. Back to Gridania, the bestest city ever. I was just like, everyone was trying to say, everyone on Novnet was trying to say that like, oh, Limsa's so much better, and like, no, the flames are better, and I was like, well, you do realize that Gridania is like the only one that doesn't just genocide its like beast tribes that live in like with them, and it was like, well, they're racist, and it's like, they just don't want you to ruin their forest, and they're like, no, they're racist, and it's like, yeah, because not wanting new people to come in and ruin their home is so much worse than like genociding different people. I'm just saying. Britannia is still best. This is truly a momentous occasion. You have rescued the lost art of summoning from the grasping mire of forgotten history. I know, you know, kind of a thing. That's just my thing. That's just Chachale. That's how Chachale rolls. Is rescuing lost arts from Allagan people and making them better because Allagans are stupid, dumb duty heads. But you must know more of the avatar you have bound. In the ancient tongue of the Allagan Empire, it would be known as Ifrit Egi, where Egi translates approximately to pure, or the essence of. In short, you have tamed a willful manifestation of Ifrit's raging fire. As you might expect from an entity born of the Lord of the Inferno, this avatar in its capacity for destruction should serve you well in your battles to come. With such an ally at your command, it is not too soon to take upon yourself the title of Summoner. You have proven yourself more than worthy of the soul crystal you now possess. Yet be that as it may, the road before you is long and arduous. If you would triumph in this age of conflict, you must needs master more than just the Egi of fire. I suggest you next fix your gaze upon claiming a servant of unyielding stone. You once seized victory against the Primal Titan, did you not? Then I admit I am eager to progress directly to the austerities of Earth. We must be careful not to overtax your reserves of strength. If you haven't finished it by now, then she'll tell you to please wait until you have beaten Titan in the story. This is the one thing where you literally cannot continue the class quests until you've finished certain parts of the story. Nothing else does this. Rest well and spend some time to grow accustomed to your newfound abilities. Once you feel prepared to continue our historic research, you will find me here waiting your arrival with barely constrained impatience. Yeah, let's do it. Summoner unlocked. Heck yeah. Oh, I was just gonna equip it, but I can't yet. Yay! You learn how to summon Ifrit Eggy, but you cannot do it as an Arcanist. You can only do it as a summoner. So you have to equip your soul crystal, become a summoner, and you have all of your items here. Now, the Ifrit Eggy normally is Ifrit, but they added a thing at level 50 where you can glamour your carbuncles into, like, your Ifrit Eggies into carbuncle versions. This was said by, you imagine Ifrit's flame, but you will it into a carbuncle form. And so, Chachale, being the genius she is, managed to create Ruby Carbuncle. And here he is. Hello there, Ruby Carbine. There you go. Yeah, let's go. Titan's essence infuses your aura, Chachale. I foresee no further obstacles preventing us from attempting the next ritual. Shall we proceed with the austerities of Earth? I have every confidence that you will succeed in binding Titan Eggy to your will. According to my research, the most suitable location for the ritual is a place found in the southwest of Ul'dah Springs in the North Shroud, a heretofore buried layer of ancient rock exposed by the violent upheavals of the calamity, has lent the surrounding area to an overwhelming earthen aspect. The conditions will be perfect. I await you at our destination, Chachale. Sounds like a plan. North Shroud. Which is funny because that's actually where the coil of Bahamut was. The second coil was. So all of that breaking apart made the earth be rent apart, and now all of the earth ether is splattered everywhere. So yeah, there's the coil. There's the coil that we entered at that location, if you remember, right over there. And so here it is. Woo! Earth time. Time to murder the earth. The ritual you are about to perform is, essentially, no different from the austerities of flame. Instead of fire, however, you will be concentrating on shifting your etheric balance toward the spectrum of Earth. Once you have achieved the required state of earthen affinity, the Primal's captured essence will tumble forth and coalesce into the stony form of Titan Eggy. As before, you must demonstrate unflinching authority if you would convince the newborn avatar to heed your commands. Let us begin. Heck yeah, let's do it. And finally, we're going to have Ruin 2 as part of it, because it's a level 38 spell. Woo! Finally, I can start really to pumping out the damage as a summoner. The mere presence of this eggy is suffocating. It is as if the weight of a mountain presses upon my chest. Oh, babies. The entity has summoned allies of Earth. Way ahead of you. Ouch. This guy really does hurt. Oof. Thanks for the heals, Yumitra. Woo! Don't like that. Oh, jeez. A golem. Etheric flow. It shakes the very ground. I think we're good though. Almost there. Easy. Huh. Oh, well done, Chachale. What the? A ruin? From who? Come in search of Allagan relics, and what do I find but a pair of incompetent dabblers? By what jest of fate do you chance to cross such undeserved power? Who might you be, sir, to so boldly question our accomplishments? If you have indeed unlocked the secrets of summoning, then you must be in possession of the very treasure I seek. How terribly convenient. I need only slay you both and take what I need from your bloody corpses. What the? He's summoning? An Ifrit Egi! Gods below, a summoner? But how? Cease your infantile prattle! The continuation of my divine work far outweighs the worth of your pitiful lives! Aw, cheese! Aw, cheese! Gotta defeat the Dark Summoner. Now fortunate to die by my hand! Naught but ash shall remain of your wretchedness! Defend yourself, Chachale! His words are no threat! You think to stand against me? Foolish bravado! You will burn nonetheless! Beyond the god, his power is building! Oh, we defeated him? Wow. Okay. Got him. Why do you struggle so? I don't know, because you said you were gonna kill us? What do you think? Your own willingness to accept oblivion but delays the inevitable. Heed me, Avatar of Eternal Flame! Incinerate these fools in all-consuming hellfire! Ah! What? What? Titan! Feel nature's fury, you vile blackguard! I tire of this childish game. Thank your gods for granting you another day of miserable existence. Oh no! The Ifrit Egi made to cloud dust. He's gone. What a decidedly unpleasant fellow. Yeah, you're telling me. Look at you, Titan Egi. You Mr. Chicken Nugget. You learn how to summon Titan Egi. Heck yeah! So, while before your carbuncle would take on Topaz Carbuncle, when you finish this quest, your Topaz Carbuncle would turn into Titan Egi, unless you glamoured it at 50. Well, I suggest we return to Apkalu Falls. I have no desire to linger here and chance another encounter with whomever that deranged mage was. Titan Nuggy. Titan Nuggy. Instead of Eggy, it's Nuggy. I get it! I get it! Good one, Alteron. Running Chale, running Chale, Chale
Chachale Chale! I must say, I do not expect to meet another practitioner of the summoning arts. Yeah, you're telling me. I thought it was a lost art that doesn't exist anymore. What the crap? And I also did not expect to be suddenly fighting for my life. What precious treasure do we carry that this callous stranger was so willing to kill us to possess it? Such mysteries aside, I am most glad that you were able to secure Titan Eggy before the summoner decided to unleash his fiery avatar. Without his protection, I doubt we would have survived that conflagration. The Eggy of Earth, as was so aptly demonstrated, excels at defense. You should certainly take time to explore its capabilities as well as its limitations. Be careful, however, not to neglect your own offense completely. Meanwhile, I shall confer with my colleagues in the Sons of St. Koinok and see what I might learn of that hostile summoner. We shall meet again soon. Or we might meet again immediately! Do you get it? Because I am immediately going to talk to her, and it will be the next part of the story. Yeah! Oh! Energy Siphon! When the soul of the summoner equipped to casting the spell Summon 2 will now call upon Titan Eggy instead of Topaz Carbuncle. Unless you have the glamour, like I do. Energy Siphon is just energy drain, except it's for AoE. So, and then, of course, I haven't been mentioning this. The Energy Drain Energy Siphon creates 2 Ether Flow stacks. These two little diamond dots down in the corner here. And then those dots allow us to use a Fester, which does more damage the more dots you have applied to someone. And they have to be your dots. You can't just borrow someone else's dots and expect the Fester to work. Nope, nope, nope. How fared you with your training, Chachale? For my part, I had some success in uncovering the identity of our mysterious attacker. We knew that our assailant was capable of summoning Ifrit Eggy, so I perused the records of past expeditions for those who claimed to have triumphed against the Lord of the Inferno. Of these victorious primal hunters, there were 8 names listed as present whereabouts unknown. After eliminating unlikely candidates based on race and gender, I was left with but a single name, Tristan. Assuming the records are accurate, this hewer was once registered as a soldier to the Immortal Flames. As to how the man came by his skills as a summoner, or why he sought to kill us, however, I remain woefully ignorant. Nevertheless, I have witnessed him using the art of summoning for casual brutality, and that I cannot countenance. This power should never be employed for the sake of tyranny or personal gain. It was meant to oppose such evils. It is our responsibility to bring this Tristan to justice. Should we stand idle, his reprehensible actions could very well stain the good name of future summoners that have yet to answer their calling. The art itself could be outlawed, the very mention of it taboo, which is what happened in Final Fantasy XI. If you became a summoner in 11, it was supposed to be like you ended up in an underground cabal and met up with a bunch of people who you shouldn't use it because it's too powerful in the hands of unchecked masses. Now, through my inquiries, I was able to determine that a war comrade from Tristan's days in the military resides in Little Alamigo. I ask that you pay a visit to this former soldier and learn what he knows of our Callous villain. Sounds like a plan. Little Alamigo, little Alamigo. Well, seems like Tristan wasn't telling tall tales after all. He said I could expect some primal-addled sod to show up and start asking questions. Why don't you stay here and play with some friends of mine? I have a message to deliver. She's all yours, ladies! What the? Ah! But why? Tristan was saying that I was primal-addled? Was he saying that I was tempered? set upon, the fiend is one step ahead of us. I'd wager 10 years of dig site findings that Tristan warned his old allies long before you set foot in that settlement. They thought you were one of the tempered, a mortal enthralled to a primal's will. In addition to being ruthless, it appears that our opponent is highly intelligent, and not quite as deranged as I first assumed. Such a level of planning hints at the existence of some greater scheme, but that is all we know. For the moment, we must be content with the knowledge that he perceives us as a threat and is aware of our efforts to track him. Speaking of which, you did exceedingly well to survive the trap into which I blithely sent you. I must apologize for my carelessness. I will not underestimate this man again. On a happier note, however, my efforts to decipher the Allagan text proceed apace. Here, you must read this. With your skills already tried and tested against the Egi, you should have little difficulty in mastering a secondary summoning technique such as this. Let us put this day's disaster behind us and focus on the wonders that lie ahead. I wonder if you could lead them to the gate and have the guards kill them for you? I am not entirely sure, but that would be funny if you could. If, like, instead of just, like, they need to attack wandering enemies, they will attack anyone who is attacking you. I don't know. Greetings, Chachale. Though it is good to see you, I am afraid I have yet to ascertain Tristan's ultimate objective. I only know that he is cunning and brutal and will stop at nothing to achieve his purpose. As matters stand, we but chase after the man's shadow. Such a straightforward pursuit will, I believe, leave us ever one step behind. Our sole advantage is the treasure we possess that Tristan appears to covet. Eventually, his desire will bring him to us. Where and when Tristan will strike, I cannot say, but it is unlikely to be on a field of our choosing. Thus, I suggest we prepare for this inevitable conflict as best we may. As fortune would have it, the ruins of Mordona have provided us with a new source of strength. Word among the Suns is that a set of evokers' attire has been unearthed. Made during the reign of the Allagan Empire, these enchanted garments were sewn for the exclusive use of summoners. I can only imagine the degree to which they will enhance your already improving powers. The man supervising the excavation efforts at St. Coinoch's Find, Rambrose, is a dear friend of mine. In light of our circumstances, I am certain that he will consent to a request that you will be allowed to don the attire. Shall we pay him a visit? Woo! Sounds about right. And also, Outburst. I forgot. Outburst is just an AoE. But what's different about this AoE is that it will deal, like, I don't know, 150, like, potency, and then 50% less to all other enemies, like, that it hits. But Summoner is meant to be very much an AoE type person, thus the Bane and other type of things. So it actually does not have a 50% reduction to others. It's just 90%, a lower potency, but it hits everyone equally. So it's very powerful if you can get it to, if you get many enemies all together. So there you go. That's the secret. Also, hey, do you guys remember Rambrose? Crystal Tower, whoop! Geez, Allagans attire though already? Level 45, huh? For some reason I thought we were still on 40, but I guess the Tristan one was that, the one where we were tracking down Tristan was the level 41, it was just done. But wait, what about, oh, I think we have to do this, and then 45 we're gonna do Garuda Eggy. Spoiler alert! Emerald Carbuncle turns into Garuda Eggy. Ah, Ymitra, I suspected you would make an appearance before long, and I presume this fine lady is the new summoner I've heard so much about? Yes, hopefully the first of many. Pray tell me, Rambrose, has the discovery of Allagan-made evoker's attire been confirmed? It has! Truly a historical find. Then I would ask a boon of you, my friend. You recall the predicament of which I spoke? Our chances of survival would be greatly improved if you would consider allowing Chachale to wear the Allagan garments.
Well, she is a summoner after all, and I must confess to no small degree of scholarly curiosity as to the effect the attire will have on one with appropriate training. These finds are, however, the result of much sweat and even a few tears on the part of our excavation team. It is a frustrating task at times, and I fear they will be loath to part with the garments without some measure of recompense for their efforts. Allow me, though, to offer a solution. Metallic monstrosities of Allagan construction known as Mirror Knights have risen from the dig sites scattered across Mordona. Needless to say, they pose a dangerous threat to our excavators. I suggest you speak with my 3 field researchers and dispose of any such nasty hindrances to their work. I dare say they will gladly surrender the pieces of the attire they hold. Once I have confirmed our dig site suitably empty of armored horrors, I will see you rewarded with the garment that I myself recovered from the ruins.
Woo! Sounds like a plan. I mean, I don't see why I gotta do busy work when everyone knows I'm the best. Like, really? Jeez. The Mirror Knight lurks just over yonder. I can scarce think straight with that thing wandering about. Oh gods, it approaches! Not anymore, it doesn't.
He's coming right for us!
He wasn't coming right for us, he was just standing there. You have my thanks. Now I might finally be able to concentrate on my tasks. If I'm not mistaken, you were in search of the Evoker's attire? I have one of its wondrous pieces right here. You're most welcome to it.
It doesn't tell us. It just says it is a piece. But if you do this, it actually pops up. I'm forgetting which one it is, so I'm just gonna put on the Evoker's thigh boots. Equip. There we go.
Praise the gods! Ambrose said that an adventurer would be along. Please, you must destroy that horrid construction!
Okay.
Thank you for eliminating the source of my recent nightmares. I do not ordinarily stutter so, you see, but abject terror has that effect on folk. Now, I hear from Ymitra that you have need of this Allagan garment. I should be glad to put it to practical use, rather than shut it away in some dusty vault.
And we'll say that is the Summoner's Waist Clout equip. Seemingly unmoved researcher. Mirror Knights? Yes, they have become quite bothersome. I would be most appreciative if you were to eliminate the creaking pest that has been plaguing me of late. Fascinating. I never thought I would be fortunate enough to observe a conflict against an Allagan construction at such close quarters. This has been a deeply enriching experience. If the price is to be a piece of the Evoker's attire, then so be it.
Why, thank you very much.
We'll say that was the Summoner's Ring Bands. There we go. Hey, Rambrose! We did it! I killed everything for you. I did your busy work for you. You happy? Ah, the champion of my researchers returns. With the ruins now free of Mirror Knights, the excavations can proceed at a far more satisfying pace. Trembling in fear for one's life makes it astonishingly difficult to handle ancient artifacts that have a tendency to crumble into dust. You have performed a valuable duty for us, Chachale. As promised, you shall have the Summoner's Garment uncovered by my own hand as your reward.
Thank you very much.
Oh yes, Ymitra mentioned she would await you at Apkalu Falls. Seems there was no doubt in her mind you would succeed here.
And the final piece is the Evoker's Horn.
Wait, don't we have the Summoner's Horn somewhere? Sort. I guess it's just Evoker's Horn. Okay, sounds good. Oh yeah, it's the Evoker's stuff, yeah. Well, no. Evokers? I have a summoners. Oh, okay. Where did I put the summoners gear then? Oh, here it is. Oh, there it is. Evokers. Okay, okay. There it is. Evoker, evoker. Okay. All we're missing is the chess piece. Nice. Woo! And hey, look, we've got a little summoner horn now. Oh, man. We are the best. Yes. Oops, I don't want to use a free ticket when it's going to be like, when I could be using it on something more important. All right, we're almost there. Gotta do this and get... Sprint! Still going off. Oh man. So this is how the summoners of old were clad. Well, more or less. It's unfortunate that the runes have yet to surrender the final piece to the suns. Those garments, aside from the coloring, they're identical to the garb Tristan wore. You will find no edge against you through his equipment. When next you face that murderous cad, victory will be decided purely on who is the more talented summoner. To that end, it is time you drew on your experience of defeating the primal Garuda. Yes, her aura of fickle violence is palpable upon you. It is daunting to imagine an eggy born of the Lady of the Vortex. Such unpredictable ferocity should serve you well. I will search for a suitably airy location in which to perform the austerities of wind. You, my dear summoner, must needs prepare yourself, body and mind, for the trials ahead. I shall be waiting. Heck yeah! Let's do it! I sense Garuda's restless essence railing within the confines of your etheric channels. It is time we granted it release with the austerities of wind. Thankfully, I already have in mind a location that well suits our elemental purposes. You are familiar with the floating city of Nim in Outer Lanosha. As you might imagine, the aspect of wind is purely dominant in the area of those suspected isles. Pray make your way there as soon as you feel prepared. I am quite excited to see this new Eggy. Heck yeah, let's do it. Where was that? Camp Overlook. Yeah. Oh, jeez, it's too bright. Ah, my eyes. Shall we begin? I assume that this is your third such experience. You have now grown familiar with the steps of the ritual. Thus, as before, I would have you concentrate on shifting your etheric balance. Imagine the energy within you howling through your veins, an incandescent gale of screeching wrath. Garuda's essence will only be too eager to harness those raging currents and shape them into a worldly avatar. Once Garuda Eggy has appeared, it falls to you to tame its fury. Heck yeah! Let's do it! Come out wherever you are. Let's do it. Such powerful winds! There can be no doubt we face Garuda's spawn. Ball! Yeah! Eggy plume. We got plumes. Beware the avatar's feathers. Oh my gosh, it's a Churata Eggy! Do my ass deceive me? I was certain we summoned but one Eggy! I love how Yamitra doesn't actually know that Garuda had daughters that she summoned during her fight. So we get it, but Yamitra's like, what? I don't understand. You learn how to summon Garuda Eggy! Heck yeah. Masterfully done, Chachale. Garuda Eggy's power is now yours to wield. Your aptitude for the art of summoning has exceeded my highest expectations. I honestly could not have found a more valuable partner for my research. Let us return to Apkalu Falls. I am sure you must be exhausted after this ordeal. Yeah, it was pretty terrible, I'm gonna admit. Oh my gosh, this guy's name! I'm out. I'm out, I can't handle this. Ah, thank goodness. Whew. Don't have to look at him anymore. So angry at that name. Okay, almost done. Getting close to the end. We're gonna probably go over, a little over, but we're almost there. This is level 50 coming up. With the addition of Garuda Eggy, you now command 3 powerful avatars. As you have no doubt realized, however, each one of these entities has a particular role in which it excels. For Garuda Eggy, that role is unleashing magic to strike down distant foes. I must admit to feeling equal parts joy and apprehension at how faithfully the summoned being displays the original Primal's volatile disposition. Experiment with your Eggy allies, and the most effective use of the individual abilities will soon become clear. Garuda Eggy, AoEs, multiple enemies. Ifrit Eggy, bosses and single target. Titan Eggy. He's there! With such mastery of the art at your disposal, I shall almost pity Tristan when next he chooses to confer it to you. Before that time comes, however, I will endeavor to piece the mystery of these motivations. May your discoveries bring you new confidence, Chachale. Yay! Using the spell Summon will now call upon Garuda Eggy instead of Emerald's Carbuncle. Or, if you're the cool person like me... Chachale, there's been a terrible incident. My poor colleagues at St. Coinox find murdered. The reports are confused, but all mention the same black-robed attacker. You know as well as I do that Tristan is behind this massacre. He's indeed grown bold, or desperate, to commit such a brazen act. We should set off to Mordona at once and speak with any survivors. It may be that we can glean some idea of what that cold-hearted monster was after, or where he might strike next. We must stop him, Chachale. Aw, jeez, it's time. for the final confrontation. Let's beat the crap out of Tristan. Whoop, this way. Crystal Tower's looking particularly pretty tonight. But it's still killing my eyes. Jeez. It's just like all black and blue. Jeez. Demetra! Though the necessity pains me, we must ask this man what he remembers of the attack. Tristan cannot be allowed to escape the consequences of his unrepentant savagery. Yes, I'm absolutely certain. It was the same dark summoner whom Mimitra described to us. We were celebrating a recent find, the soul crystal of an Allagan summoner, when a man in black robe suddenly appeared and demanded we surrender the gem. Naturally, we objected to his arrogant imposition, but he simply sneered at our refusal. The next moment the world exploded into flame. Through a haze of agony, I saw him snatch up the soul crystal from a smoldering body and stride off toward the singing shards. That bastard slaughtered my friends! There was no warning, no negotiation. If the gods grant you the chance to exact vengeance, then I pray you show him the same mercy he afforded us! Oh, don't worry, I'm ready. Another soul crystal. Yes, it makes sense that he would shift his attention to a more easily obtainable gem. After all your progress, you would now make for a most formidable opponent. I must apologize for not sharing my theory earlier. I suspected that Tristan might desire the soul crystal you carry, but I did not wish to draw any premature conclusions without sufficient evidence. JRPGs, stop doing this! Never! Just say, dude, I think maybe he wants your soul crystal, you better watch out, because he's probably going to try and cap you in the back. Don't do it! Get out of the way! Anything, but no, we're just gonna say, oh, I thought so, but I didn't want to say anything. Get out. Everyone, JRPGs never do this. I am at a loss, however, to explain why he seeks to collect more of these Allagan relics. We shall just have to ask the villain himself after we corner him in the singing shards. Let us be on our way. And this was where the third coil was, well, one of the locations we thought we could maybe be, but, oh wait, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. If you fly in like this, it doesn't actually work. Even, like, mounted, it doesn't actually work. You have to hop off and then walk in here, and then the fight starts. I don't know why. Super dumb, but whatever. Tristan! What the? An Asian? I've brought you the soul crystals as promised. Yes, these appear to be authentic Allagan artifacts. Very well, I shall honor our bargain. From within these gems I shall draw forth the memories of the ancient summoners, and the slumbering essence of an elder primal. All the attendant knowledge and power shall be yours. An elder primal? That? Oh no. Oh, that's no good. Oh God, the pain! The bumbling summoner and her incompetent lackey make an appearance at last. You think to capture me? Fools, I have orchestrated your every move. You have grown much in the art, it is true, but through the wisdom of the Paragons, I now command the power of an Elder Primal! You made a deal with the Paragons? And you call us fools! The Ascians will never relinquish their hold on you! A small price to pay. If you could but feel the strength that fills my entire being! It is indescribable! I will use this power to annihilate the beast tribes and put an end to their insufferable rituals once and for all. The Primals will rise no more! Hear me, Demon King of Devouring Flame! Feed on my ever-burning anguish and be reborn! The culmination of my sacred duty is at hand! But first, there is one more soul crystal that must be mine. I will tolerate its wasted potential no longer! Aw, cheese! A Belias, Eggy? Oh no, that's no good. Behold, the might of Belias! I've never before sensed such power, all the more reason to defeat this madman. No, it is not enough. Belias, I must have it all! Ah, the tendrils of darkness, I feel them! He ate Belias, Eggy? None can withstand this tenebrous aether! I don't think it possible. He's absorbed the Eggy's power! The power! I am a god among men! And he's dead. Whoopsie doodle! All the memories of summoners past. I should have been unstoppable! I will sear the disease of beastmen from the face of the land. Deprived of worshippers, the primal that tempered my weak-willed sibling will wither into oblivion! So, I see my order's records were accurate. Though it was buried deep in the archives, I but recently rediscovered a report that described how you slew your own brother. He was corrupted during your ill-fated encounter with Ifrit, was he not? I imagine your superiors in the Immortal Flame thought it a mercy to conceal that inglorious detail. Once the soft-headed fool had been tempered, there was no saving him. And thus I took it upon myself to expunge the stain of embarrassment. But my work is left undone. The primal... No, all primals must suffer for that insult. After I killed my brother, I found myself liberated. My vision clear. No deed was too vile if it promised to add to the power I required. How can you not see I am the sword of vengeance, and I shall wrest that soul crystal from your blasted corpse? Another summoning! Or no! It's an explosion! The power was too great. Could he have gotten away? There was no body. Or was he turned to cinders from the power of his own eggy? I wonder which struck the first blow to his sanity, the despair at his brother's tempering, or the guilt from slaying his own kin. It is ironic to think that, discounting the means, our purposes were fundamentally one and the same. A summoner employs the savagery of the primals to conquer the primals themselves. Had Tristan approached us as an ally, we might have found ourselves aiding his cause. Alas, he chose to walk the path of bloodshed. Each vicious act must have pushed the man deeper into madness until, eventually, the lust for power and vengeance was all that drove him. The mind of the Primals carries with it a burden of responsibility and a measure of danger. I hope never to see you corrupted by the potent energies you wield, Chachale. It is time we return to Apkalu Falls. The Dark Summoner is no more. Shit! Thank goodness. Whew. And we are almost done. Oh, someone's playing a little tune. Oh, someone just got it on his bard and he's testing it out, like everyone who does. Once you get level 30 and you get a bard, the first thing you do is unlock the music and you just start pressing buttons. Hey! And you know what? We made it just in time! Yeah, temple tap. Oh, how I would love to declare our troubles at an end, but I fear the Ascian with whom Tristan made his bargain is yet afoot. These so-called paragons prey upon men and women who are at their weakest, speaking honeyed words to lead them down the road to destruction. In the meantime, they seek to plunge the realm of Eorzea into chaos. It is reassuring to know that heroes like you exist to foil their never-ending schemes and foul plots. An outright war against the Ascians looms closer day by day. Thus would I have you armor yourself with this last piece of the Evoker's attire. Mm-hmm. Give it over! Yes. It was discovered at the same dig site whence Tristan seized the soul crystal, and the St. Coinox fine researchers, grateful for your actions in bringing the murderous summoner to justice, insisted that you complete your set. One can never be over-prepared when heading into battle against a paragon. Wear it proudly, Chachale. Speaking of preparations, were you aware of the deeper layer of power hidden within your avatars? A technique exists that allows you to tap into the full potential of your Egi. You must have seen Tristan employing this ability. During the final battle with the Dark Summoner, you would have heard a whisper emanating from the Soul Crystal. I did! Still your mind now, Chachale, and you will hear the voices of the ancient summoners instructing you in their greatest achievement. The true power of the Egi will be yours! Heck yeah! Actually, I used it during the battle. Whoops. Yeah, Enkindle! This concludes the Summoner quest for Final Fantasy XIV. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You have completed the Summoner quest, Summoner Part 1, exiting New Game Plus mode. Enkindle is this one, Inferno. It is another off-global cooldown, so be sure it's a 2-minute recast, so you're not going to use it very often. Part of the idea of a summoner is knowing when to use these during, especially, do you want to use them and try and kill the pile of enemies quickly on your Emerald Carbuncle, or do you want to save it for a boss and deal a whole bunch of damage with your Ifrit Egi? So depending on which one you're doing, what you're feeling, you can use either one. Or you could use Titan Egis, which is absolutely stupid and dumb and no one ever uses it. Okay. Yeah! Anyway, so there we go. Oh, right. I forgot. Don't forget the Summoner's doublet. What? Oh! The Summoner's doublet was... Oops. Glamored with a raincoat. Oh, no. Can I remove it? Hey, I have a Glamour Dispeller on hand. There we go. Chachale is a summoner now. A true summoner. Perhaps someday she will continue her adventures and go on to new heights. Or perhaps she'll just go home and help her parents with the bookkeeping at at the alchemy shop that they own. You never know. Maybe someday we'll have need of a summoner. Perhaps someday Calosa might have need of her skills and prowess in battle. You never know when Chachale is around. And that, my friends, is going to be a nice finish up. We'll continue with Calosa, and eventually, hopefully, maybe we can do part 2 of the summoner stuff, or maybe even our favorite, the other side of the coin for Arcanists. We could start Scholar. Who knows? That's a question and a thing for another day. Thank you guys. Thank you, Alteron, for coming by. And I will see everyone else another time. Bye bye.